Hello, and thanks so much for taking the time to actually watch my video. In this video I'm going to be talking about what I've been doing to actually get traffic to my new blog. I've recently started my own personal development blog. It's actually called colintalks.co.uk, and obviously I've been writing articles, I've been putting content in there about different things that obviously are of interest to me, but it's now for me to try and get people to actually view it. Now I'm going to talk about what I've been doing to actually try and do this. It does take time, but I have already noticed a significant interest, if you like, in traffic that's actually going and actually visiting my blog. Now some of these might seem obvious, but I apologise in advance. If they are, it's because obviously this obviously video is for other people that are just starting like me, who perhaps don't know obviously what they can do to bring traffic to their blog. Now I'm going to start with the first one, which I'm going to mention, and that is this one, YouTube. Yeah, if you've got a blog, you need to be talking about your blog in your videos. Now this is a mistake that I made right at the start. I started my YouTube channel called Colin Talks, which is all based on personal development, but really in hindsight I should have perhaps done started writing a blog first and then adding videos about the specific subjects that I'm talking about in my blog. That would have made more sense, but obviously I was new to it. I don't mind admitting mistakes. This is something which you want to take on board, if you like, if you are just starting with your blog now. So for example, if you was doing a cooking blog and you was doing about recipes or about something like that, you could obviously write the recipe, you could obviously write how you do it, how you prepare the meal, but then do a follow-up video and link it to your YouTube channel. Yeah, YouTube is great. It does take time, but it's definitely a way. If looking at my situation, I've uploaded a lot of videos, and if I'd been mentioning my videos, my blog, www.colintalks.co.uk, I would be getting a lot more views now, because obviously my videos are getting more views. So think about that. Think about YouTube as a way of getting free traffic. Yeah, free traffic. Whilst I'm also talking about YouTube, you can as well obviously do paid views on YouTube. I actually did try this, and you do get views, but you are buying traffic. It ain't the way to go initially. I think I spent about £8 just to see what would happen if I boosted one of my videos. But again, if you can boost your videos and then get them to go to your blog, and your blog is monetized with affiliate links in the correct way, then it might be worth you doing that. Without obviously trying, you will never know. So yeah, YouTube, whether it's paid or whether it's free videos, it's a great way of advertising your blog, your website. I'm actually because I don't know if I've mentioned it in the past, but I do sign writing as well. I'm actually going to be doing a sign soon that when I actually do my videos, my blog will actually be advertised behind me. Yeah, so obviously people, it gets in their mind. Anything that you can do to become prominent in your viewer's mind is good. Yeah, so that's the first thing, YouTube. Yeah, definitely give it a go, but start your blog first. Yeah. The next thing, which I've already seen a massive amount of traffic from, is a site called Pinterest. Now Pinterest is a free source. Again, you can pay to advertise on Pinterest, but what I've started doing is I've started my own Pinterest site. Again, it's called Colin Talks, and what it is, on Pinterest you can actually create and design boards that are explaining what your articles or what your videos are about, and then all you do is you then link your boards that you actually promote for free on Pinterest back to your back to YouTube or back to your obviously your blog. Now I've just recently done I wrote an article today about books that I've read that are to do with personal development, and I'm going to do a board sometime today or possibly tomorrow, advertising something to the effect five great books to read that are for self-help or something like that. Now, when people are going through Pinterest, if they see that, they may or may not click to find out what it's about. But if they do click on it, they will go through to my blog. Yeah, they will go through to my blog. Yeah, and that is my aim. Yeah. So Pinterest is brilliant. And as well on Pinterest, which I think is absolutely, really good, is that you can actually if you do this, make sure you read the other people's blogs. If you read somebody else's board and it's an article that is worth mentioning, it's something that you sincerely think is a good article, what you can actually do is copy that person's board to your main board. So on Pinterest, I've got my own personal development boards, which have got my content, but it's also got other people's content on my board, which is of valuable, which is basically, I think, valuable information. So I've actually put their board on my board. So when someone comes to my site or they see Colin's personal development, Colin Talks, they then think, hold on a minute, that's quite a good board. He's got he's got valuable information on it. They can then save my profile in Pinterest. But remember, you've actually made your board look better by using other people's boards, their information. But it's how you make yourself better known on Pinterest. It's well worth doing it. I've already noticed a big increase in traffic to my blog. Yeah, so that is a worthwhile thing doing. Create a Pinterest account. It's free. Add people daily to Pinterest. Start following other people. Take an interest in what they're writing about. Leave comments on their articles. Yeah, and what I'm seeing is that if you follow 100 people, you will typically get about 20%, 20 people follow you back. So the secret, and I took this off another video because I'm always learning, and that is, this guy said you can add, I think he said you can add up to about 300 people a day. Yeah, well, you haven't got to be a mathematician to work that one out. If you follow 300 people and 20% follow you back, you've got 60 people who are going to be seeing your boards advertised as and when you put a new board up on your free Pinterest site. Yeah, Pinterest, really good. I've actually been following a blog. It's called Create and Go, and the guy's actually on YouTube. He's got his own channel on YouTube. He's a professional blogger. He's been doing blogging for quite a long while, and he's well worth watching. Yeah, he knows a lot more about blogging than I do, and that's why I've just mentioned him, because if you're serious about doing this, Create and Go, he knows what he's doing, this bloke. He's earning a lot of money from it. He's earning about 50 grand a month off of his blog. Yeah, so you can probably imagine why I'm interested in what he's doing. Yeah, Pinterest, brilliant. Something else, you've got Facebook. I've not done much with my Facebook yet, but what I have been doing, which I've again noticed quite a lot of traffic coming from, is LinkedIn. If you haven't got a LinkedIn profile is well worth having. It's free. Just go to LinkedIn, open up a free account, and when you write, I did it earlier. I wrote an article. My memory's like a sieve sometimes, but I wrote an article today, and it was all about people how to get over like self-doubt. I can't even think what I titled it. I drew a mental blank. But what I'd done was, as soon as I'd done that, I I done a board and I've put it on Pinterest, and I've also copied my article to LinkedIn. So people, when they're going through LinkedIn, they start seeing, oh, what's this a video about? What's this video about? Some people may or may not click on it. I've just uploaded a video that I done ages ago, all about 0-hour contracts and about how they really annoy me. How I think the British people were, basically being, conned. It shouldn't be allowed, and it's something that basically annoys me. And I put it on my LinkedIn profile. So anybody that follows me on LinkedIn, they'll see my video about 0-hour contracts. They'll also see my article that I wrote earlier about how to overcome the fear, why people don't try and succeed, the different reasons why they don't try and succeed. I wrote an article about it. It took me about an hour. I did it this afternoon, and I put it on my blog and I shared it to my LinkedIn page. Yeah, and once you start doing that, the more you upload, the more you will start to see that people are reading and sharing your posts. On your LinkedIn profile, it actually tells you underneath everything that you post how many people are actually viewing your article or your video in the feed. Yeah, I looked at one earlier. It's been on there about 3 weeks. It's already been viewed 59 times. Yeah, so that's 59 opportunities of them knowing that I do YouTube. It's 59 opportunities of them realizing that I've got my own personal development blog. It's 59 chances of them taking an interest in what I've got to say. You've got to do it. Yeah. If you've ever been in business and you've had a shop, and I've had shops, and I've always earned a bit of money out of my shops, but I've never really cracked it, probably because I was in the wrong location. But one thing that you rely on in a shop, even if you're selling stuff for cheap, is footfall. If you ain't getting the people through your shop, you're not going to sell them products. Yeah, you could be selling Rolex watches for £25 each. Yeah, I'm guessing the word would spread pretty quickly, but you get the picture. It's all about people have got to know who you are. Why am I doing this video now? Yeah, why am I doing this video now? I could get 10 views, I could get 100 views, I could get 10,000 views. How do I know? But one thing's for sure, yeah, if I don't do it, I won't get any. And this is what I'm trying to express to you. If you're doing this, if you're trying this new thing, this working from home, this trying to earn money online, building your blog, whatever it is you're trying to promote, you need to be doing videos. People got to know who you are. Yeah. So what? I've had people say to me before, you're wasting your time, you're doing this, you're doing that, and why are you doing that? I don't care. You've got to be independent. You've got to be an independent person and say to yourself, stuff it. If I think I want to do it and I'm going to give it a go, I'm going to give it a go. Yeah? But it's no good doing all the work if you ain't getting the traffic, which is obviously what this video is about. Traffic. It is, this guy who runs this site called Create and Go. The geezer, I think it's took him 2 years, him and his wife. They've done this blog. They do 2 blogs. One's called Create and Go, and I think the other one's called Avocado or something. It's like a health blog. And he says he's earning over 50 grand a month from advertising on his blogs. Yeah? So he ain't going to earn a bean unless he can get more people to visit his blog and watch read his content, watch his videos. Yeah? So Pinterest, LinkedIn, I've not mentioned Twitter. Twitter's another one. For some reason, ages ago, I had my Twitter account suspended. I don't know why, whether I did something wrong, but that's something I've got to try and look into. I think I'm going to start another Twitter account soon. But yeah, Twitter, you know what I mean? But it's no good just going on there and blanketing your information. You've got to use, when you do go on these platforms, you've got to be seen to be being fair. You cannot expect everybody to take an interest in you if you're not taking an interest in nobody else. It's like going to a party and expecting everyone to listen to your story and what's happening in your life, but you are egotistical. You don't want to listen to anybody else. It's only you that's important. social media don't work like that. It's something that's took me a while to realise, because I like to do the talking, but it's actually it will have a detrimental effect on your future, if you like. Yeah, the more you can help and give back, the more you can contribute, the more that you can actually talk about and add information that is worthwhile. The more I I've been told this. And I've read about this in personal development books. The more you give, the more you contribute, the more it hopefully will come back to you. Yeah, and that's what I think you need to do. So all these methods work. YouTube, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Facebook. They all work, but you've got to use them sensibly, and don't spam these platforms, yeah, because people will get annoyed, and they will unfollow you, yeah. I meant to mention as well on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's exactly the same. On LinkedIn, you follow people, and you follow people. I just go through it, and I read a bit about it. If the guy's business minded, if he's into personal development, it might be that he's into mental health or something. Whatever I read a little bit about what they do, and then if I think that I might be able to add something, like add worthwhile comments to what they're writing about or what they're talking about, then it's worth adding them, because then you can obviously make a comment, and then they will then think, who's this bloke Colin Talks? Who's this guy? Who's this making this comment? And they click on your profile. They see what they see what you're about, just like on Facebook. And guess what? Some do, some don't, and some will start following you. Yeah, that's what it's all about. So yeah, but it's a slow process. I should have mentioned that early on. I did mention it in another video that I've done about blogging. Don't think you're going to start a blog and you're going to make a fortune overnight. It don't work like that. Yeah, I know that this could take me 2-3 years to actually do this. It's something which is a very long term strategy. Yeah, it was weird. I was chatting to my brother today about pensions, and because I was talking about pensions over the phone to him, I was writing this article at the same time, and I was trying to say to people, you've got to think that what you're doing now, you might not necessarily get paid for until 2 or 3 years time, but it's like a pension. Yeah, I was saying to my brother years ago in a job that I had. I used to do architecture many years ago, and I was putting money into this pension. They was taking out of my salary, and I didn't even know they was doing. Well, I knew they was doing it because I signed the form, but it was money that I never missed because I never had it. Well, I recently rang up to find out, obviously, what my pension's worth, and it's worth more than what I thought. Yeah. So it's the same. The principles are the same. You're putting in a little regular, little and often, over a long period of time, endeavouring to get a greater reward at a later date. Yeah. Will you earn a fortune from blogging? Will I earn any money from blogging? Who knows? As long as you enjoy doing it and you think that you're adding value and that you're helping people. If you've seen some of my other videos on my channel, you'll know that my channel is all about helping people. If one person watches this video and gets inspired, if one person watches one of my videos that I do about mental health and they take something from it, yeah. If one person watches a video and they get motivated by what I'm talking about, it was worth doing it. And I think there's a lot of people out there that don't understand that. They think that they're just going to do videos and they're going to get loads of views and you're going to earn loads of money. It don't work like that. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're writing about, whatever videos you're making, they've got to contain some degree of it's got to contain something of value. Yeah, you've got to have some meaning behind it, because if you ain't, you're just hitting your head against a brick wall. Yeah. I hope this has helped you. I hope like it's encouraged you to start using these platforms to promote your blog or your YouTube channel. My Pinterest has got boards to all my different videos, not to all of them, because I've got 350 videos on YouTube, and I cannot, you know, I'm slowly making the boards and putting them on there and I'm linking it, but it takes time. Yeah, it takes time. But is it worthwhile? Well, I'm definitely getting views through these boards, through these different traffic methods. Obviously, in the future, when I actually hopefully start making some money from my blog and from my YouTube channel, I can tell you now, if I start making £100, 200, £300, whatever I start making in the future per month, I will be pouring 15–20% of whatever I make back into promoting it. Because this is the secret. That's the other way that you're going to get traffic, which I'll briefly talk about, and that's obviously advertising. All these platforms, they all offer you the facility to obviously pay and have your video or your article obviously in the feed. You know, unlike LinkedIn, you've got this daily feed coming through, and there's some people that are paying to have their posts in there. Yeah, does it work? I don't know. Watching a guy the other day, there's a guy called, I can't think, he's Christiani or something. This guy, he's into affiliate marketing, and I know that one of his programs that he sells through advertising is over £1,000, and it's basically an electronic program. So you can imagine the profit that's in that. He's obviously had to make the program, you know, make this ebook. But if someone buys it, it's an electronic signal that he's sending out. It's information. It's valuable information. But can you imagine how many ads he can buy? You know, if he earns £400 or £500 out of every time someone buys his ebook, it's worth spending £100 on adverts. You know what I mean? But obviously you need to have the information. You need to have these high value affiliate links on your blog, so that when people do go to your blog, they are benefiting from what they're reading about, and they are gaining some insight into whatever it is they want resolved, and B, you are capturing their emails, which I've got to say I've not done yet. I'm in the process of doing that. And C, you've got to have high paying affiliate commissions, adverts on your blog. Yeah, because you're not going to make no money out of your blog unless you have advertisements on your blog. Yeah, I've already put a few on mine to Amazon. There's a site like a way of earning money online, a course that you can buy. I've put that on there as well. It's actually a course that I am myself actually doing. It's called The Wealthy Affiliate. There's a link on my site. If you go to my site, www.colintalks.co.uk, you'll actually see it on there, Wealthy Affiliate. You can click and you can actually host 2 websites on this platform for free. Yeah, which is what I'm doing. I've actually my actual personal development blog, I'm actually hosting it for free on that site. But obviously they've got a site where you can actually upgrade, and you can have up to 50 websites on there. So obviously, you know, that's obviously when you get more advanced. But it's something that I've been learning about. Yeah, it's a great way of potentially earning money. Yeah, but I think, you know, just to recap and end this video, you need to I think appreciate that it ain't something that's going to happen quickly. Yeah, it's not something, I know, like I said earlier, my blog, you know, even though I think that what I've been writing about is quite valuable information, you know, some of it's mind changing information, in a sense that, you know, all what I write about is about things that I've read about, it's things that I've watched videos about, you know, it's about improvement, about how to improve yourself. So it's valuable information. Yes, there's a lot of valuable information out there, but if you can make your information that little bit more, you know, it's got the edge, then who knows what can happen? Yeah, who knows what can actually happen? I've actually written 22 articles now on my blog. Yeah, I'm going to mention it again, www.colintalks.co.uk. And I've already noticed that the articles that I'm writing are being indexed by Google. Yeah, the #1 search engine. Yeah, the #1 search engine in the world is already beginning to actually um, index my articles. They've got these little things called robot spiders or whatever they are. They go in and they read what your blog's about, and they pick up the keywords, and they do this magic. I don't know how it works. And then they rank your video. So then when people go on Google and they start tapping in personal development, once you've actually really started, you might have 50, 60 articles, your video, your blog will start to get ranked higher in Google. People will start to share it more, and it will start getting ranked higher because it's getting shared. Yeah. So, but it takes time. Yeah. I don't want to put you off doing it because if you know me, if you met me in the street, I'm I'm a very inspiring type of person. I try and inspire everyone to do well. Not that I always do well, but I try and inspire people to. And that's what I talk about on my site. I talk about the different things, different ways that you can obviously try and train your mind, into thinking differently, because that's what it's all about. Yeah. I talk about, this article that I've just written, I talk about books that I've read, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Tony Robbins, Awaken the Power Within. These people, they are absolute geniuses. And if you're looking to move forward in your life, with whatever you're doing, whether you're looking at doing like, I don't know, whether it's your own business, whether you're lacking confidence, whether you can't talk to people, whatever your problem is, whatever this thing that you need help with, start watching these videos. Start educating yourself and finding ways to move forward. Because if you don't, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to be exactly where you are today. Yeah, where you was yesterday. Nothing's going to change. I sat in my car earlier, picked up to go and get my wife from work, and I was sitting there in the car and I had 15 minutes, and I started thinking about things I could write about, and I actually wrote down it was probably in the space of 10 minutes. I actually text, because what I do, I do it like a text, and I send the text to myself, and within the space of 10 minutes, I wrote down 15 things which I could write about. Yeah, 15 things in no time at all. Yeah, and this is what you got to do if you've got a blog. You got to keep writing. Yeah, keep writing. Yeah, yes, some people might read it and think, oh, he's talking a load of old crap. Yeah, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get the haters. You're gonna get the people that think he's not qualified. He don't know what he's talking about. Fair enough. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just say next. Yeah, because for every person that probably reads your content and who might not agree, might not think that perhaps your writing is up to scratch, might not think that perhaps you know what you're talking about, there'll be somebody that actually reads it that takes something from it, and that's what makes your blog worthwhile. Yeah, it ain't initially what you're earning from it, it's what you get out of it as a person. Yeah, I know that if anyone said to me, what do you do? I know that deep down inside, even though I want to do well and obviously have my own site and my own channel, I still at heart want to in some way contribute. Yeah, and I think if you can adopt that mindset and you can try and help people about whatever it is that you think you know about, yeah, I think that's a good thing. Yeah, I mentioned it. If you see my other videos, you'll know I suffer with OCD, and I'm actually going to start writing blog posts about my OCD and my mental illness. I'm not ashamed of it. It wasn't my fault that I've got it. It's no big deal. It's just one of them things that I have to deal with, and I'm going to start writing about it. And if people want to read it, they can read it. If they don't, so what? Yeah, this is the mindset you've got to adopt. Do it for yourself. Do it perhaps with something bigger in mind, but do it initially because you want to do it and because you enjoy writing. And once, like me today, once I'd written that article, I actually felt like I'd achieved something. Yeah, and that's what life's all about. If you ain't doing something daily that's making you feel like you achieved something, I think you're missing out. I'm going to end my video there, but I hope it's really inspired you to take more action. I hope it's helped you, obviously, with traffic sources. It's made you think about obviously where your traffic's coming from. Remember as well, if you've got a YouTube channel, you can actually look on your YouTube analytics in your I can't think what it's called, sources. It will say sources, and you can actually see where your views are coming from. It will say LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, wherever it's coming from. It will tell you what platforms are working for you, and obviously what perhaps, if something's working, perhaps pursue that platform more. Thanks so much for watching my video. I nearly said article then, because I've been writing a lot of articles lately, and I've really been neglecting my YouTube channel a little bit, but it ain't because I want to neglect it. It's because I'm spending more time writing, and if you're like me and you've got a job and you've got to earn money and you're still trying to do all this, it can be a bit demanding. But I do hope, I'm going to end it there because this has gone on for too long. I do hope that you get something from this, and that you put into practice some of the methods that I've spoke about, and more importantly, that you really decide to adopt the mindset to make yourself